We also need a different kind of access, and that's access to asset-building resources. The nature and the amount of resources that are devoted to encouraging asset building have a significant effect on the success rate. And the vast majority of asset building resources today in our country benefit middle and upper income families who are able to take advantage of tax subsidies that promote home ownership and retirement savings. There's a need to make more resources available to encourage low and moderate income individuals to build assets. And the Obama administration is taking steps in this direction. Initiatives for access and asset building must build on what we have learned, as Andrea noted, from behavioral economics. Learning about how people make financial decisions and what we can do to encourage people to save. We need to empower consumers to make good choices for themselves and their families. We need to recognize that inertia is a powerful part of human decisions. Anything we can do to create an automated aspect to savings decisions can have a lasting impact. How choices are framed and ordered can also have a big impact, which requires us to be much more intentional than we are about the architecture of choice. Defaults are ubiquitous and powerful, and so we must choose the default wisely. People view gain and loss differently, so an assurance of safety can be an attractive draw to save. These are just a few of the lessons that behavioral economics has taught us about human behavior, and these and other lessons should be considered wisely as we work on access and asset building efforts. The President's 2011 budget begins an effort to commit more resources to asset building for low and moderate income people. Let me highlight a few specific proposals. Automatic IRAs offer convenient access to tax-favored saving for workers whose employers do not currently offer a 401k or any other retirement saving plan. Currently, half of American workers have no opportunity to save for retirement at work. Under this proposal, most private sector employees working for employers with more than 10 employees who are not currently covered by a workplace retirement plan would be given an opportunity to save through regular payroll deposits that start and continue automatically, unless the worker opts out. And the savings would be deposited into the worker's own IRA. The employer would also receive a temporary tax credit. The automatic IRA approach is intended to help these households save by overcoming the barrier of inertia. Expansion and enhancement of the Savers Credit will make it more valuable to low-income households and to cover millions of additional workers. The proposal would provide a uniform, refundable 50% credit as a direct savings match for low and moderate income households who contribute to retirement savings plans. And all eligible savers would receive equitable tax treatment, whether or not they have any federal income tax liability. We've also proposed reforms of asset limit tests that determine eligibility for public assistance programs so they encourage rather than discourage savings. Our proposed Bank on USA initiative will help to encourage local and state collaborations between government, financial service providers, community organizations, and financial educators to address basic financial access issues and innovative savings approaches. And the administration has begun to take action on a great opportunity to improve tax administration while simultaneously providing the opportunity for low and moderate income people to get access and to build assets. For example, that means making tax time safer by licensing and examining tax preparers, eliminating the provision of the debt indicator to banks for use in making refund anticipation loans, undertaking a tax time pilot account that will launch in 2011 and will inform the structure and value of expanded tax time account efforts in the future, exploring how to allow individuals to pay for tax preparation directly out of their refund with proper fraud protection, and improving the process to make it possible for people to save part or all of their tax refund by enabling the direct purchase of savings bonds in the tax process. All of these efforts must take place on a level playing field, and that is why consumer protection, the last element I mentioned, is such a critical building block to asset building for all. Without these changes, long-term growth will be weakened, and families, businesses, and taxpayers will be exposed to unnecessary risk. The pain our country has endured in the recent past should leave no doubt about the high cost of failing to have either in place. And the administration has worked with the Congress to craft and now to pass the Dodd-Frank Act that the President has signed into law. This law will deliver and is delivering financial reform and consumer protection we need. Thanks to all of you who worked in partnership with the administration to pass this historic bill. One of the central aspects of the Act is the creation of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, whose sole mission is to look out for American consumers and to empower them with clear and concise information they need to make the financial decisions that are best for them and for their families. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau will create a level playing field for all providers of consumer financial products and services, regardless of their charter or corporate form. It will help to ensure high and uniform standards across the market. It will help lead efforts to increase financial literacy. It will rein in misleading sales pitches and hidden traps, and foster competition on the basis of price and quality. In short, it will enable markets to work fairly based on clear information. At the Treasury Department, we have been working aggressively on the creation of this new bureau. We are determining how to consolidate core authorities that are currently fragmented across several federal agencies. We are working to ensure fairness and transparency for mortgages, credit cards, and other consumer financial services. We are taking a hard look at large non-bank providers of other consumer financial services, such as credit bureaus and debt collectors. We are planning for the provision of consumer assistance in education nationwide, including literacy programs, online resources, and a consumer complaints hotline. We are working to establish the offices that will focus on protecting military families and seniors that will exist within the new bureau. In sum, we are launching the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau to empower American families. Now, these are the three major building blocks that I've mentioned to spur asset building for all: financial education, financial access, and consumer protection. But there is another building block that is as important, if not more so, than all the rest. That's the asset building movement. That's all of you. You are what has gotten us to this moment. We have accomplished so much together and have the opportunity to accomplish much more. If it were not for all of you, we would not be where we are today. You have organized people to fight for asset building policies. You have encouraged people to utilize programs that work: tax time savings bonds, IDAs, the EITC. You have supported local bake-on efforts to foster savings and build assets. You have innovated and taken good risks on new approaches. You have demonstrated that the best ideas for getting to scale are the ones that are sustainable for businesses as well as for individuals. And while statistics and evaluation are critical for good programs, you have also told the individual stories of success that move people to action. Thank you once again for the opportunity to speak to you today. You are all amazing, and I and the whole administration look forward to working together with you to build a stronger America. In America, where working hard and playing by the rules means security for our families and hope for our future. Where firms compete based on price and on quality, not on tricks or traps. Where old-fashioned values of thrift are rewarded. Thank you very much.